Wanda Maximoff must be neutralized. You must be destroyed. No, then.
Are you a Marvel fan who loves the MCU more than your girlfriend? Do the sitcoms from the 70s and 80s live in your head rent-free? Well, worry not, because Kevin Feige is suffering from the same thing. The I love sitcoms so much that I will make them creepy and weird disease. After the groundbreaking ending of the Endgame, Marvel needed something huge to rebound our interest. And no, coronavirus wasn't a Marvel project, because if it was, it would have ended happily. Anyway, where the pandemic defeats the likes of Black Widow and the Eternals, one unlikely couple rose up to the occasion and blew our 2021 away with an amazing sitcom drama series. Wanda returned with a dead pleasure toy in a 9-episode-long PTSD meeting, WandaVision. As season 1 came to its finale, it's time to check out the best moments from WandaVision. Let's not pretend we don't know what's going on. Vision was killed off in Infinity War twice and Tony Stark snapped away Thanos in Endgame, so Wanda takes the expected path. She gets away from people and finds a safe haven in Westview, only it's not as normal as it appears. We have Vision walking again somehow, and wait, does that make Wanda a necrophiliac? Blah, I think I've had one drink too many to think straight. Everything's black and white in the 50s, but a dash of colour pops out. A red toy helicopter appears in a colourless world, our first cue that shit's about to go down, and this is finally confirmed by Dottie's blood, which is again warm red. For a bitch that she is, it was amusing when we heard a very 21st century sound.
Wanda. Who's doing this to you, Wanda?
Aha, a glitch in the Matrix, the wrinkle in the hex, an outside intrusion in the perfect suburban town of Westview. With that, the sitcom takes a marvelous turn, setting up awesome things to come.
What? Wanda and Vision are having a baby.
You want me?
Heck, I thought about it for sure. A little Jimmy Woo. Get him a tiny little FBI badge. Oh, you took a chip? Sure.
If you're too enamored by the crazy events inside the sitcom world of WandaVision, now's your time to snap out of it. WandaVision is a unique show, but it's still pretty much MCU. So far, we've seen Westview from the eyes of Wanda, but now it's time for some perspectives. Familiar faces return outside of the Hex, taking us back to the comfort of the ever-recognizable MCU. My man Jimmy Choo is back with his card tricks he learned from the Ant-Man, and Jane Foster's feisty assistant Darcy Lewis is back with a PhD. Oh, there's Monica Rambeau from Captain Marvel as well. Anyway, it's the engrossing story of Westview. Wanda's trauma resulted in a strong protective shield that pushed the people into oblivion. Seeing how the setting of WandaVision comes into existence is fascinating, and it's particularly awesome when it's connected with other films in the MCU. It's been proven that Wanda Maximoff's the most powerful witch in the MCU. Her magic stems from a very dark place, darker than DC's light grading. This was in full display when sword people tried to interfere with Wanda's world. So what if Wanda is just trapping and torturing thousands of people? Her love robot died twice, okay? Let her take a town hostage, jeez. Vision's getting suspicious of the events inside Westview, so he goes for a walk. As he tries to come out of Wanda's hex, this leads to one of the most gruesome and painful scenes in the entire MCU. His body literally disintegrates because, as we know, he only exists in Westview. Look, can we stop making Vision go through so much pain every time he comes on screen? Dude can't catch a break ever since Infinity War, can he? Anyway, a pissed off Wanda returns and exacts her revenge by making the Hex bigger and more powerful. She exhibits her true power and expands her energy field, engulfing everything that comes her way. This was so powerful that all of Sword, Vision, and Monica couldn't do anything to stop her. I was shitting bricks watching the expansion scene, and it goes to show that you just don't mess with a grieving Wanda. Okay, so enough of the dark stuff. Now it's time for some hero time. Woo! Comic nerds jumped off the seats when a young Monica Rambeau appeared in Captain Marvel. Why? Because Monica is a superhero in the comics and she goes by the name of Photon or Pulsar or Daystar or Spectrum. Basically, she's got identity issues. But what she doesn't mind is flexing those energy rays once in a while. Monica is an uber powerful hero who can bend energy waves and can fly. We weren't sure what the MCU Monica would do, but as it turned out, Marvel is a gift that just keeps on giving. Monica goes goes through the energy hex a couple of times, which permanently changes her DNA strands. So when Wanda shuts off everyone after expanding her wall, it's up to Monica to come good. Where a space rover couldn't do jack shit, Monica single-handedly pushed through the magic of Wanda and tapped into her powers. It's kind of lazy writing, but hey, it looked so cool when the blue eye started glowing, didn't it? Monica goes in and comes out of Westview as Photon.
All you do is lie!
Tyler, where's my mom? Your mom? She died, honey. What?
Now this was one of the most emotionally charged scenes in the entire series. WandaVision takes place after Endgame and the effects are pretty visible. It also gives us a glimpse into the moment when Tony Stark said YOLO and snapped his fingers. Half of the universe returns in a crazy fashion as people come back from thin air. Monica was one of the erased ones, and when she returns, we see a whole gamut of emotions. 5 years of being stuck in oblivion and 5 years of knowing that you don't share the same air with your loved ones. WandaVision finally showed us what it was like behind the scene, how the world coped with such a huge change. The entire scene in the hospital was powerful, chaotic, and definitely filled with emotion. It was also at the moment when Monica realizes that she's lost her mother, Maria Rambeau, the excellent pilot and friend of Carol Danvers. As her mother lays dying in the hospital bed, Monica was snapped away by Thanos, and when she returned, it was all too late for her.
After I what? After you disappeared.
The name's Agatha Harkness. Lovely to finally meet you, dear.
Ah, the Mephisto that wasn't. Fans have been practically screaming for Mephisto when WandaVision borrowed heavily from the House of M, but actually, it was Agatha Harkness, the sinister mistress of magic. Throughout the series, we see Wanda's nosy neighbor Agnes coming to her rescue, sometimes too frequently for our liking. While she was perfect as the wholesome neighbor, Wanda's makeshift reality started to crumble around her. The dead Vision, the Swan. It's evident something was cooking in Westview, but we didn't know what that dish was. Turns out it was Agnes, or Agatha Harkness. She was pulling the strings all along, disrupting Wanda's cozy little world. We also get to know a bit about Agatha Harkness. She's a crazy powerful witch from the 16th century who's mastered magic. The powerful essence of magic in Westview brought her here, and ever since she's trying to unravel Wanda's powers. Granted, the ending wasn't very pleasant for her, but she owned the screen as Agnes. The sitcom thing? A winner. Catherine Hahn can choke me with a magic all she wants, but I draw the line at killing Sparky.
And I killed Sparky too.
Long lost bro get to squeeze his stinking sister to death or what?
She recast Pietro?
Okay, real talk. I watched this scene, I walked to my window, and I screamed my heart out. X-Men are in the MCU. In episode 5, when Vision realizes that Wanda has nothing but enslaved an entire town, it was his time to play an upright Boy Scout. He confronts his wife and creator into spilling the beans, and things escalate quite a bit. Yay, power couple fight. But as luck would have it, the story's being written by another witch, so a timely distraction arrives at the door. Wanda opens, and in 60 seconds, our entire life turns upside down. It's Pietro Maximoff, Wanda's dead brother, alive and kicking at her door. But that's not even the best part. This guy is not Aaron Taylor Johnson's so slow that I can run away from bullets Quicksilver. It was Evan Peters. I'm so awesome that I'll kill all the guards in the kitchen while listening to Time in a Bottle Quicksilver. Well, at least that's what I thought anyway. But it was Agatha all along. I still can't believe Evan Peters came just to play Bonner. Kevin Feige, you owe us some answers.
Who's a popsicle?
As usual, Wanda creates a mess and Vision cleans up, mostly by sacrificing himself. This time as well, it's the Vision who does some epic hero shit. Director Hayward's reprogrammed White Vision minus his memories. He doesn't remember anything, and his only command? Kill Wanda. Kill Vision. For a ruthless killing machine, this is a pretty easy job, but he meets his nemesis, himself. Wanda's Vision breaks all hell loose to fight the White Vision and sneaks up with his signature philosophies. Vision explains the thought experiment called the Ship of Theseus, which is to describe the true meaning of identity. White Vision realizes that to kill Vision is to kill itself, since Wanda's Vision doesn't exist outside Westview. Wanda's Vision then goes on to give him an essence of the Mind Stone that brings back all the memories of Vision. So basically, Wanda's Vision gives a download link to the White Vision, who then realizes he's been the Vision all along. Confusing? Yes. Profound? Absolutely. Hotel Trivago.
I am Vision.
It's not even an exaggeration to say Wanda's had a rough childhood. The extent was fully shown when Agatha Harkness pushes her to relive her tragic past, from excessively loving American sitcoms to getting nuked by Stark Industries and watching dead parents lying for days. It's supposed to be traumatic for a child. One by one, Agatha pushes Wanda to the extreme as we see her joining militants, getting captured, touching the freaking Mind Stone, and staying in confinement all her growing years. Not only that, she sees Pietro getting shot and Vision getting killed twice, leaving her all alone. You can't blame Wanda for suffering from PTSD to lash out at everything. The Broken Witch finally gives into her pain and unleashes a blast of chaos magic. She creates a world that was never given to her. She creates a world where she's happy with Vision, away from humanity. This is an extraordinary montage of powerful scenes reaching its climax in
That makes you the Scarlet Witch.
No!
the true and the final evolution of Wanda Maximoff. Wanda finally becomes what the Mind Stone showed her years back, the most powerful witch to ever exist in the universe, more powerful than the Sorcerer Supreme, the Scarlet Witch. When it seems Agatha Harkness will get the better of Wanda, she taps into her core. Wanda uses her power and her wit. She knows she possesses a colossal amount of chaos magic, more than Agatha can handle. She then uses Agatha's teachings against her and renders her powerless.
In a given space, only the witch who cast them can use her magic.
Agatha can't use her powers and Wanda extracts everything from her, and in the process, our gal Wanda, from the streets of Sokovia to the sky of Westview, becomes the Scarlet Witch, a rousing climax to a magical show.
You don't know what you've done.
WandaVision's given us so much food for thought that we don't know where to begin. What will Wanda do now that she started learning her powers from Darkhold? What happens to Vision? And more importantly, how emotional was their goodbye? Man, I just want them to be happy together without destroying the world. Is that too much to ask for Marvel? WandaVision also sets up the future of MCU. Doctor Strange gets a name drop, so how will he handle Wanda's powers? And what has Nick Fury set up for Monica in space? Will we see Photon and Captain Marvel fighting together? WandaVision does a terrific job at stirring the pot just enough to keep us guessing. Anyway, comment below with your favourite WandaVision scene and tell us what you think of the finale. Like the video for Wanda, share it for Vision, and subscribe to the TV region for Falcon and the Winter Soldier.